Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be talking about RYZEN 2 since it is around the corner, and I think it's worthwhile checking it out because AMD has done quite a few interesting things in the past year, so let's get started.
About our time together when the night is over.
So first up, we're gonna talk about the release date of RYZEN 2, and as we saw last time with RYZEN, the first release of RYZEN, the first processors were released, and we saw RYZEN 7, then RYZEN 5, and finally RYZEN 3. And this time, guys, this is going to be the case as well. AMD is going to release first the higher core count CPUs and go to the more budget orientated options. Now the release date is going to be set. There's no set release date, but they will be most likely launched in April this year, which is very close to now, and it is going to be about 12 months after the first CPUs were released, the first RYZEN processors. Now talking about the specs of these CPUs, we're gonna see a 12 nanometer architecture, which is going to improve performance, but just because of that, we already know, and from other things that we've seen, we know that there is not going to be any bump in the core count, so we're gonna get the same essentially CPUs, and the only key difference is going to be that with the new 12 nanometer architecture, Zen Plus as they are calling it themselves, we're gonna see higher clock speeds and potentially even higher clock speeds with overclocking. So the overclocking potential seems to be improved, and we're gonna get much better results in gaming since games rely on higher clock speeds rather than core count. Now, as RYZEN said about the socket, these CPUs, the second version of RYZEN, is still gonna use the AM4 socket, and at least until 2019 AMD has said they will use the same socket. So if you have a B250 motherboard or an X370, you can still buy the 2000 series RYZEN chips, and they work fine with a BIOS update. Now having that said, AMD is going to release a 400 series motherboard chipset, so we're gonna have new motherboards as well with new improved features, but we will see if it is worth upgrading to something newer. Now guys, for the Raven Ridge APUs, this will be released according to the RYZEN CPUs. The 2000 series will have RYZEN 7, RYZEN 5 and 3, and according to them we'll have the releases of the APUs, and that's gonna go with core count. And the good thing about those APUs is that for budget systems they seem to be great budget options, and yeah, we still have to see a lot of things from them. Now talking about the price of these processors, and seems like, although we have no information about this, seems like the prices of these CPUs won't really be higher than the first RYZEN processors. It's probably gonna be around the same area, so that's very good because you're getting a better CPU for the same price. And also keep in mind, guys, that the first RYZEN CPUs after the release of RYZEN 2 is going to drop significantly, so that's going to be very good for anyone that wants to build a PC on a budget. Now the performance, as I said before, is going to be 10% more because of the 12 nanometer architecture only, and then you will see either even more improved performance through overclocking, and also because of the higher clock speeds. And the only leak we have so far is for the RYZEN 2600, which is going to have, as of now, and obviously we're talking about an engineering sample, we saw a clock speed increase of 200 MHz, which is not extremely significant, but it is going to make a difference in games, even better if you overclock it yourself higher. So these are the news we have so far. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like button below and subscribe to my channel, and I'll hopefully see you guys all in the next one.